Hey Achievers Club, welcome back to another empowering episode with yours truly, Sunshine. Now today we're tackling a topic that sneaks in on our confidence, imposter syndrome. Do you ever feel like you're the undercover agent of self-doubt? Now, well, spoiler alert, you're not alone. So tighten those shoelaces and get ready to drop kick some imposter syndrome out of the rings. Let's dive into the minds of our awesome guests who faced imposter syndrome head on, each with their own unique superpowers, I'd like to say. First up, we have Kaitlyn. So hello.
Hello.
Next, we have Lilly and Natalyn.
Hi, thanks for having me again.
Welcome, ladies. Welcome. So the first question to start the topic is, when did you guys first realize imposter syndrome was lurking around, and how did you show it the exit door?
I would definitely say for imposter syndrome, it's that self-doubt voice in our head that we all have. And the moment you know you're really dealing with imposter syndrome is when that voice is the loudest voice in your head. Or when you start to feel a little cluttered with the things that you need to do and you kind of shut it all out. That's when the imposter syndrome is like coming in. And I would say the best way to combat that, what has worked for me also, is taking it step by step and just revisiting things that you already know how to do, like chores, or, just talking to a friend and reaching out to them. Just those small steps will help you to combat that self-doubt voice.
Yeah, I do agree with that, especially revisiting. That's something that I have to teach myself, revisiting the skill sets that I have, or reminding myself, like you're the it girl. Don't forget that. And I always forget that, So
for my experience, I feel like at the top of my head right now, certain jobs, and also our experience as Rise Angels. I felt,
oh my gosh.
If you guys don't know, we all got together through a nonprofit called Rise, and we were all their brand ambassadors.
Yeah.
And so I remember during that time, honestly, I felt the worst about myself, and also I was also in like a good physical place. I felt good about myself, but
and you looked really, really good.
I didn't feel good. You know what I mean? I looked good, but I didn't feel good. And so I felt like it's not technically imposter, but kind of is as well, because I felt like I was, what's that word called? Subconsciously.
Oh, okay.
I was subconsciously comparing myself to like the rest of the girls.
Okay.
And I felt like I wasn't qualified enough to be in this place. I didn't feel like I was pretty enough. I didn't feel like I was skinny enough. I felt like I couldn't walk as well as others, and in our position, we were brand ambassadors, we were models, we were spokesmen, we were etc. We had
marketing, public relations, all that good stuff.
A lot of other things, a lot of other roles. But I felt like a part of me felt like, I couldn't do as well as other people. I couldn't do it as well as this. I couldn't sell my posters. I couldn't do this. And so I just felt like a lot of self-doubt and insecurity during that time. Also because going back to the goals, I wasn't really like taking action. I wasn't doing anything to make myself feel better. You know what I mean? And so signing up for the Rise Angels and really stepping outside of my comfort zone.
And I remember because I was really pressuring you because you said, I want to do it. And I kept asking, when are you going to submit it?
No. Don't.
So I felt like...
No, you weren't pressuring me. I was really iffy about it.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know whether I wanted to do it or not. And so that's why I was like really wishy-washy, because I was like, I don't know if this is the right path, but I guess I'll just do it anyways. I don't even remember. Did I submit my application late or no?
You submitted it before the second deadline. Yeah, but...
Yeah, I was really iffy because at that time I was just so confused about my self-identity and that I just needed to do something. Yeah. And so that's why I joined Rise, and that's why I wanted to become a Rise Angel. But I did not in a million years expect for me to learn all that I did, Like, the reason why I feel more confident in myself is because of the things that I've learned through that and because of what you've taught us, Sunshine?
Yeah.
And Kaitlyn, too.
Thank you.
All of you guys are such boss women, and I feel like because I'm surrounded by you guys, I've become a boss. Beep. you know?
Yeah.
And so I'm really appreciative of that experience, and I can take it with me into my future endeavors, you know? So that's one instance for me.
Yeah. Oh, it's funny you bring that up because I blocked that memory. So, I mean, sometimes we talk about, you know, the Rise Angels type of deal. I forget, and then you reminded me. So I had a pretty bad imposter syndrome because I felt like I didn't deserve the director's position. I feel like, what have I done? What have I learned? What have I done? What are my experiences to be able to teach these girls? And these girls who don't even know me, I've been on hiatus for 3 years at that time, and they don't know who I am. They don't, like, they would rather learn from like people like Purdue, or at that time I think was still pretty active, and maybe even my V. These girls, I'm thinking on top of my head, I'm trying to remember, and also Sarah V. Like they would rather learn from these individuals than me. Like, who am I? So I had a really hard time putting myself in that position, telling myself I have to do this because this is something that we're wanting to build, and I want to build a safe space for women empowerment, but especially for these individuals to learn how to feel good, be good, and showcase themselves and all their assets on social media. Right?
Literally assets. Emphasis on ass.
And how to do the walk, literally, and and the walk and the talk, basically. And I'm actually glad to hear you say that, especially individuals who do come up to me. They're like, I've learned a lot from you, and I literally don't accept it because I'm so awkward. As much as I like to put on a persona that I'm so confident, right, and I'm so good at what I'm doing, at the same time, like, I'm not, right? A lot of people say fake it till you make it. I truly did believe in that until just recently, where I'm like, why am I faking it to make it if I'm not even comfortable with it? Then that means I'm not truly making it. And it goes back to the goals in my mindset. It's like, okay, then I don't truly have a goal. I'm just pretending to have a goal, and that goal is really fake, and it doesn't even exist. So the end goal does not exist, right? Wow, that was kind of deep.
The limit does not exist.
Yeah, the end goal doesn't exist then if I think like that. And so when I hear individuals tell me things like that, like you did, Natalyn, it does make me feel good, and not like a cocky good way, but it's like a
accomplished.
Yeah, and easing the thoughts of an imposter syndrome, for sure. Yeah. And I know Kaitlyn felt that way for sure, because Kaitlyn
for sure
was because I did it for 2 years. So Kaitlyn was there for the first year, and she was my veteran for the second year. And because she was there at the second year, I kind of offered her the position of being a co-director and helping aid in teaching the girls or the Rise Angels on whatever it is that we need to learn about, whether that's the walking, the talking, learning about yourself, the posing, networking, things like that. And I really put that on Kaitlyn because I knew that she was capable of it, because I saw what she was capable of in person when we had the night markets, when we had the car shows. And the fact that she also herself, all three of these girls actually have beautiful voices. They all sing, by the way. I don't.
You manage. You're a manager.
I do. I'm a manager. I karaoke, okay? But these three girls, they have beautiful voices. And the fact that, because I'm picking on Kaitlyn right now, she has all of those, amazing talents. I knew that she has more to give than what she shows. So, I mean, you want to?
Thank you. I definitely agree. At that time, I did not have the confidence to think that I could handle that. And to a certain degree, I am glad that I did hold myself back, because honestly, if I look back, I was brand new to like the program coordination and all that, but I'm very thankful for your guidance, because it wasn't like you threw me into the fire. I think that probably would have broke me as a person. And imposter syndrome is definitely something I am best friends with. Especially last year as a Miss Hmong, and feeling like I'm not worthy of being a Miss Hmong. That was.
But you are, girl. You are.
Thank you. But yeah, with imposter syndrome, it can get so toxic, and I think it's something that we don't really talk about to or express to each other, and like when we're actively dealing with it. So yeah, I don't know what else to add to that. I'm kind of going blank now.
Well, when did you feel that imposter syndrome came into your life, though?
I would say it all started with one question, and the question was, who do you think you are to think that you could do this?
And what age was that?
I would say when maybe I was 21. That's when I was.
Oh, so recently.
Yeah, like when I was going, through the Rise Angel program and stuff. And also last year as well. I think I got the biggest hit of imposter syndrome last year, which was when I was 23. But yeah, when that question popped in my head, I questioned everything, and I didn't think anyone else around me had value because, like, I don't have value. We don't have value. We have to be like mainstream media. We have to be like celebrities to make it. Like that was my mentality, and that was so toxic, But that question made me question myself, and then question the people around me and the efforts we were trying to do, just because we weren't this.
Yeah.
I think with pageantry too, the fact that you're basically setting yourself up to be compared to another woman, that will definitely add into your imposter syndrome.
For sure.
And when you are part of the court, some people out there are going to question and compare the two of or the three of you. And when you start to do that and you don't have any outlets to, build healthy relationships with the girls you're with or with yourself, then the imposter syndrome it gets so strong.
It just starts gnawing at you, huh?
And then you're just kind of stuck. You feel overwhelmed, and you're less productive, which then in return validates that self-doubt, Yeah.
Speaking about safe spaces and Rise Angels, I'm going to go back. I remember our first in-person meeting, we all had like a trauma dump, and then we all trauma bonded. I remember that moment.
Yes.
It was amazing.
That was really nice. I had COVID.
It was because I started talking about my ex-best friend and our relationship, right? And then we all just started crying, and it was amazing, honestly. It was like refreshing to
a
find
safe space to be able to.
Yeah, it was really refreshing to find like women who you feel safe around, someone who you don't feel judged by, because I feel like women relationships, it's hard to find like genuine ones.
It's 50-50.
Yeah, and so I was really grateful to have like broken the ice completely on the first like in-person meeting. It was amazing. But but I wanted to ask like Kaitlyn, I don't remember if you said it, but like how did you overcome that, or how are you overcoming it?
Oh, yeah, earlier I talked about how revisiting like certain things that you're capable of doing, or like the small things that you do, like your chores, for example, that helps to kind of chip away at that self-doubt. And like what Sunshine was saying, like, for example, we know she knows how to set up a camera, That's the first step in her getting to maybe doing this, So those small steps, but also knowing the group that's going to help remind you of your value, finding your people.
Yes.
That really helped. And last year, I really focused on my family.
Yeah.
Because I was very lost emotionally. And I was just like, I don't know why, but I have a sense that I need to be with my kiddos right now. So I took that time, and I can say, like, after a whole year, I finally see why. They reminded me of my value when I was, not inside of it. So,
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, Lily, your turn.
Honestly, because you're so quiet.
Yeah, Lily.
I really truly feel like I'm talking too much.
She's
you guys.
like, imposter syndrome can never be me.
No, honestly, I would say that like growing up with my dad at least, because I was a big daddy's girl. I am a big daddy's girl. He would always tell me like, "You're better. You got it. Go get it." Like you want to be captain of the cheer squad? Go get it. You want to be a singer? You want to be the best singer in choir? Go get it.
And did you?
I mean, I mean, I'm not gonna say anything, but yeah.
But yes.
But I think to me though, like I would say like my imposter syndrome is just wanting to thinking that like I could basically be the best out of everyone. Like it's just wired to me that way. Of where it's like I know you're my friend, but at the same time, it's like
I'm gonna do better than you.
Yeah, like I'm gonna do better than you, or like
Our friendship is fake, artificial.
Okay, that was back then. Okay, but I am trying to do better now. But I would say that like even like going into like relationships and like being a girlfriend, you know,
I'm gonna be better than you. You're gonna be better than
and like having what is it, like having your first relationship, right? Because I think like maybe 14, 15 when I had my first relationship, and to know nothing about how to be a girlfriend and to really like that's your first love, that's your like puppy love, you know, and to always want to be like the best girlfriend, the perfect girlfriend, sweet, innocent, kind, you know, and like don't even want to be out there in public like, you know, showing PDA or anything like that. Like that was me. Like I wanted to be perfect at everything that I did, and I think just like having that in me and just right there always like it's like, I know I can. Like, if I'm not the best, it's okay. Like, at least I know that I still have the capabilities of being better. But in my head, it's over here saying, I am better. I don't have to. I don't have to like work to be the best of the best because I am the best.
So she didn't have imposter syndrome.
No, I feel like her imposter syndrome is there. She just experienced it in a different manner. Yeah. Compared to us, like we feel like we're not us. I shouldn't say that. To me, I should just talk about my own opinion. Yeah. To me, I feel like I'm not worth it. But Lily's like, she's am worth it.
Yeah. Like to me.
But then she has her own she has her own expectations to fulfill, but when she doesn't fulfill it, she's like, oh, but I am perfect. I'm supposed to be perfect.
Yeah.
And I think when meeting my husband and I saw that he was imperfect, right?
I'm better than
Okay, you're perfect.
No, like I saw that he was imperfect, and it's okay to be imperfect. And I didn't need to be that perfect girlfriend or be that perfect person to showcase that, like, hey, I could be that Nya 10K or all that stuff. Like,
and now you just have a little cute baby,
chunky ass baby.
And I think it also took a while for him too, because I just like did like a quick switch. Like I didn't even let him know that it's like, hey, guess what? I'm not perfect. I can't be super nice. I can't, be super innocent and like give you whatever you want all the time. Like I'm actually like this type of person. Like I can be mean. I can be very feisty.
I know, Lily.
And I can be lazy. Yeah, and I can be lazy, so like take it as it is or leave, you know.
I think that switch is flipped that way for a while now.
Yeah.
So when are we gonna switch back?
But I mean, I think we've been together like a total of 7 years.
Wow,
this year's gonna be our 8th year, I think. We got together at the end of our senior year. So
Holy bleep.
I think just
Sorry.
So I think just to have him stay with me this long, like
Wow.
I see what other people see, and I'm just over here like, yeah, I give you props to handle me, like I'm over here like I'm a lot to handle.
Yeah,
and
I give him props too.
I really do, guys.
Yeah.
he's the most patient man in the world, the most kindest man in the world, and I'm just over here like, I'm so glad I have you.
Yes.
Anyways, going back to your other question, your first question, how have I dealt with imposter syndrome? With like, I want to answer within relationships. When I was a kid, I was a big introvert and I struggled to make friends. I remember in the first grade, I had moved to this elementary school, and my first grade teacher was like, "Hey," she said to this one girl, "Hey, this is the new student, and you're going to be her friend, and you're going to show her around." And so in my head, I had identified this person as my best friend now, And time went on, and we were in the same second grade class, but she was becoming friends with this other girl. Yeah. And this other girl wasn't allowing her to be friends with me. And so for me, I didn't understand how to leave. So every day I would ask, like, "Hey, can I hang out with you guys?" And they would be like, "No," but I would still follow them around. And that shit was scarring, y'all. It was really scarring. And for me, like, I've always tried to find, like, my friend group. I've always tried to find like friends who would love and accept me for who I was, and that carried on into like
Your teenage years.
heck yeah, like middle school years. I would go from group to group. Lily, you should know this. I went from like group to group to group because I wanted to so badly fit in. I so badly wanted to find my crowd and you know, just be happy with like being accepted, basically. And that was like the biggest challenge for me. It was a difficult path, to be honest, because like in high school, I then found like my first best friend that I considered my best friend, you know? And like she was a year older than me. And so like when we fell out, like I didn't understand how to navigate through that. And so I became like, this is more like trauma dumping rather than imposter syndrome, but I'm getting there. But anyways, like we were growing apart, and so like I guess the little kid in me panicked, and so I became toxic in a way, like where I was
petty.
Not petty, but like what's that word? Not controlling. Possessive. I became extremely possessive. I felt like if she went to go hang out with other people, she would like them more than me, and she would leave me. And that's exactly what happened when I was a kid. And so it definitely like carries on with me even till now. And sometimes I wonder why people are even my friends. I wonder why people even like me, because
Is that why you're so heavy on FOMO?
I used to be, but now I don't give a
I mean, yeah. But yeah, I remember you're like, oh, but I have FOMO. So I just remember those
definitely
days.
did. That was my high school years.
Yeah.
Definitely from like elementary to high school, and maybe beginning of college as well, because then like when I was in high school, I kind of had individual relationships. I didn't have a group. And then it wasn't until like my senior year that I became like, that I reconciled with like girls that I knew, and then I became their friends again. But then it wasn't until in college where I was like, you know what, I actually don't feel like these friendships that I have are like meaningful and as deep as I want them to be. So I left in a not the best way that I could, but at the time that's how the only way I knew how, you know. And so I just left, and
You ghosted them? Is that what it was?
It was just messy.
Got it.
It was just messy.
It's okay.
Yeah, and so we all left off on like a bad note and whatever. Anyways. But yeah, like even to this day, I wonder why people even like me, because it's like, why do you like me? Like, there's nothing special about me. I don't even know what I contribute to your life, you know? And so like, that was my mindset from high school, maybe even college to even now. Like I question, like, all of these women are so amazing, but why do they give a about me? Like, why do they want to befriend me? Like, what do I bring? Like, it just goes back to like my experience in second grade where I was constantly left and I just kept following other people, and it made me question my worth, you know?
Yeah.
And also going back into like relationship wise, right? With my partner, I experienced a lot of imposter syndrome because my partner is well established. He has his career going. He's successful in his own right,
and he's really giving to the community.
He's
too,
extremely right, and then like it just makes me.
And then there's me.
Yeah, like what do I have to give? What's so special about me? Like I still have. So I was just wondering when I was gonna get my shit together, and I didn't feel worthy to be with my partner.
Yeah,
I didn't feel like I just didn't feel like we were a good match, because it's like, why am I even with you even though like you're so well established? Like I feel less than, you know? And so that was like a lot of subconscious work that I had to go through and work through that I'm still working through, but I'm really focusing on like actions, taking actions, doing the thing that I'm gonna say I'm gonna do, and then run with it, you know? Instead of focusing on my insecurities and my problems and blah, 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 I want to focus on my solutions. I want to focus on how I can overcome that, how I can feel better about myself.
Kick imposter syndrome out the door.
Yeah, we ain't best friends. She my enemy. She my enemy. So yeah, instead of, I
need to get there with my imposter syndrome. She and I need to become enemies because she and I are best friends right now.
She's not your best friend, bitch. She's going to stab you behind your back. She is. Yeah. a fake friend, basically. Okay, she's preying on your downfall, so don't let her.
Don't
let her.
It's funny that you talk about friendships because I feel like that too. Always feeling the need to fit in, and feel like I never truly had a group of friends. And the friends that I did have, I feel my assumption was that we're friends because we went to school together. That was it. That we're friends because you see me, I see you. But I saw that they go out together and go to like restaurants or have sleepovers. I wasn't allowed to do that. My mother, for sure,
Asian traditional household.
Yeah, she was a tiger mom, as they would say. She was a true tiger mom. I wasn't allowed to do any of that. And so when I saw them do that, I was like, oh wow, then we're not friends, and I can't, do any of that. I can't build a relationship. And we did fall out. It was messy. It was on my end, my fault. And I wish the best for them now. And then going to my adulthood, I was trying to find a place where I fit. I couldn't fit. I just was going everywhere until I found a group of individuals who I wanted to be friends with, and I befriended them. And then I realized that we just weren't a great fit either, But the genuine part of me is like, I still truly do love them. I still wish the best of all with everything they want to succeed in. And just because I tell myself to be a girl's girl. And that's something really hard to do, being a girl's girl, even if you feel like they've done you wrong, right? You have the rights. I feel like you as a person have the rights to be upset about certain situation that has happened, but you still, to build a space that is safe enough for everyone and anyone, and also to create a space for women empowerment, you truly do have to be a girl's girl. And I've learned that from my friend Treasure, as well as everybody knows, Treasure as a singer. She has taught me how to be a girl's girl, because I used to feel a certain way. I'm like, nope, we can't do that. If you don't like her, I don't like her. And she's like, well, but you don't. And I'm like, and if I don't like her, you cannot like her. But it's like,
that's girl code 101.
Yeah, but then you learn like that's not right though. Because
I don't care how healing you are, how nurturing you are, you ain't gonna like that. That's it.
But I've learned to just be a girl's girl, support them no matter what, even if they've done certain things, because maybe they just don't know how to deal with their trauma or their imposter syndrome when they're learning as themselves. You may not be a great fit for friends for each other, but you could be a support system, right? So for example, like us, I would have never thought that we're become best friends.
Or become like a group, a quadruple.
Yeah. The four of us have now built a relationship where we can be honest with each other. Maybe not as honest as me and Lilly are with each other.
Yeah,
but honest.
But honest enough to know that whatever I say, they know it comes from a great place.
Yes.
And whatever they say, I know it's from a great place. Even if in the beginning I feel, like I need to put up my shield, they will still, reassure me at the end. And I'll still reassure them at the end. And whether you have that imposter syndrome of like, oh, well, I'm sorry, I'm not being a great friend, you're still a great friend, because we didn't leave you, you didn't leave me, and you're willing to sit down and listen to what I have to say.
True.
Right?
Yes.
And I'm willing to sit down and listen to what you have to say, because am I boring you?
No. I just have ADHD. Chill.
So it's the fact that we're willing to sit here, and we're still sitting here till this very day. Okay, it's been what? It's been 4 years. 4 years in the making of this friendship.
Yep.
And I truly do feel confident enough to say that I don't think I've built a friendship with girls who are as empowering as these three here. Because honestly, because I feel like without building the relationship I did at the time with Kaitlyn, I wouldn't have built the relationship with Lilly, and then also building the relationship with Natalyn. And even though I've known Natalyn since she was a teenager, we didn't really talk much because, I'm her brother's girlfriend. Like, who am I to talk to her? And who is she to build a relationship with me?
No, it was just different because we were at different ages,
Yeah, and ages, but
gap.
that was my thought process. Like, who am I to build a relationship with her? Like, is this relationship even gonna last? Like,
yeah, that's valid. That's valid.
Like, why do I need to build a relationship with his sister? Like, what the heck? And here we are, 10 years down the road, and we become a great group of friends. And I like to say best friends, in my opinion. You guys don't have to agree with me. But was that a cat? But I like to say best friends, on my end. And other groups of girls that I've befriended as well have spoken really well, and they truly don't judge. what I have to say or what I did or my past or what I'm doing within the moment, or even them, whatever they do, I don't judge them just as much as you girls. Whatever you do, I don't judge you. I just tell you make smart choices and be willing to deal with the consequences. And I'll be here to help you through the consequences. I'm not going to leave you. But if you want time by yourself, feel free to, but I'll still be here, and only if you want me.
Yep.
Yeah. So imposter syndrome
Ditto.
within friends, it's real, it's true, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's like I said, it's a 50-50.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like with my past friends groups, like I always felt like I had to be like the mama bear, the one who had to take care of everybody. Now it's the one who had to follow everybody, and then just being able to like get to know you and then be friends with you and all. And I'm just here like I don't have to be the mama bear. I can just be there.
Yeah.
I could just be me. You know, like if you need help along the way, you're gonna ask for help. I don't have to like chase you, you know, or you don't have to chase me. Like it's just it's a give and take friendship. You know, it's not just a fully on take, you know, or giving.
Yes.
And I think like with our past friends group, like it just much love. Like I feel like for girls in general, like when you get married or when you start your own life and then your path starts to like separate and different from each other, like you just start to get distant, you know, and you don't keep in contact no more.
You just do life.
Yeah, and you just do life and you grow from it.
Grow up.
But like we have love for them. Like I have love for every single girl because
I do too.
they are still our friends. You know,
You, Natalyn, do you have love for your old friends?
Hey man, I wish them well. I want to see them eat, just not at my table. That's it.
That's true.
That's
true.
That's facts.
But that's the thing though, like for me, like for you to like announce that you are a girl's girl, you have to show that you are a girl's girl.
Yeah.
You can't just announce it that you are and and basically like behind closed doors you're over here like, oh, but I have to be better at this, or like I need to be I'm not gonna name names in particular because literally we could go down like a whole like all the way back to high school, you know, of which girls was which, you know, but like it doesn't matter for me. Like I've come to a point where like this is a new year for me. This is new me. Like I have better values, you know.
Mother Lily is different from teenager Lily.
Yes. So for me now it's more of a like whatever our fallout may be, whether bad, toxic, you know, or good. I wish you well. I don't want to see any bitterness on my end. And whatever bitter that you have on your end, like it's no longer my problem. Right. Because that doesn't involve me anymore. You know? So it's just being a bigger person and letting go.
Them from afar.
Like Sunshine always telling me, build a bridge and get over it.
Yes.
And I'm finally able to do that because I just need to let go of things that I no longer need to hold or have a grudge.
I'm like, Lily, you got to build a bridge and get over it because it's not healthy for you mentally.
Yes,
it's not good for you. And again, it's because these friends that we've has come in and out of our lives, they're friends for us for that moment, but they're actually meant for friends to be a long-term friends with other people. They're just a learning lesson for us. And but I mean, like we do hope that like, oh my God, like I wish we could stay friends forever. Like we're gonna be best friends for life, and like you're gonna, you know, like you're gonna see me get married. I'm gonna see you get married, you know, and all that stuff. We're gonna
talking about like
kids
present friends.
No, she means like in that moment when you become their friend.
When you
have that. You have that.
You want to be friends forever?
And then like for you,
I've learned the hard way that doesn't work.
But then like for you to realize that like this person is taking more from you than giving to you, you know, like it really showcases that like sometimes you just need to step away from that situation and really grow from it and learn from it.
Because then it really plays into the imposter syndrome. Am I the bad friend? Am I a good friend? Do I belong here?
Do I deserve friends?
Yeah.
And I think I had that.
Am I the problem?
Yeah.
Maybe I was, to be honest. I don't even know at this point. Okay. Going back to talking about like ex-friends, right?
Yeah.
Past friends. I feel like at the time when I had broke them off, I was very extreme. Like I was an extremist. Feminist. Anyways, I was like, you know, like I need to do what's good for me. I need to love myself.
Yeah.
And so it probably didn't translate in the best way. Like I probably burned bridges, like in like not the most.
With them still on it?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, honestly, because when I had I'm gonna just say it. So when I was friends with these people, right? I didn't like a few girls because of the way that they were, like their character and things like that. And so this one time I was like, you know what am I going to do for my birthday? Because my birthday was coming up. And I was like, I'm going to have a birthday dinner. And I'm going to invite everyone else but them.
Oh.
Don't make it so obvious, right? So that happened. And,
Yeah.
you know, this girl, she had, one of them I actually had a relationship with. I was actually friends with her before, like, you know, us becoming friends in this group.
Yeah.
And so we actually had a friendship. And so she had, like, messaged me and she was like, hey, like, I know that you didn't invite me to your birthday dinner, but, like, I want to just talk it out and
Figure out why she wasn't invited, or
just amend our issues. And so I was already upset at the time, and I was like, no, like, you don't deserve this reconciliation.
Yeah.
Is that the word?
yeah,
Because you had all this time and you chose not to, right? And so I was very extreme. I was like, damn, nope, bye, you know? And so
talk to the hand.
I feel like
You're like Fez from that 70s show. I said good day.
I feel like reflecting back now, I could have handled it in a different way.
Yeah.
But at least you know that, though,
Right.
and you grew from that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you're able to acknowledge and admit it that you were extremely, you know,
Extreme.
this type of person then.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you're not like that
Yes.
anymore.
Maybe.
I mean, you're still learning. That's all that
Yeah.
matters.
Yeah,
it's a
absolutely.
It's a progress.
It really is.
Remember, life is a marathon,
really
not a
is.
sprint.
It really is. Sometimes I sprinted.
But you went back though, right?
I don't know. I was knocked down. I had to pick myself back
It was
up.
like I would fall over.
But I say all of that because, yeah, reflecting on it now, like, I feel like I would definitely handle in a different way. But then, like, I fell out with another friend of mine, and it wasn't the best either. But then I was being honest. I was like, I was trying to have the most empathy and also be the most realistic as I can with this person, because we were just growing up, doing life, living our lives as young adults.
Yeah.
And she just kind of like kept poking at me, saying like, no, I shouldn't say it. But anyways, I was like, you know, like
In areas that you weren't comfortable with, basically?
no, not areas, but it was kind of like guilt trip,
Okay.
you know, in
So like
the way that I
possessiveness?
felt. Not really possessiveness, but
Okay.
she kind of, I feel like this person, not she, but this person took my absence personally, right?
Oh, okay.
And I know that she was going through a lot, but I feel like our friendship was already falling out. And I just felt like she didn't understand that I was also living my own life, doing my own things. And it's not that I didn't want to be her friend anymore, but it's because like we were just growing up, you know?
Yeah.
Like I feel like I don't have time for that anymore. I don't have time for people who take my absence personally. I don't have time to baby them. I don't have time to just say, hey, like, I'm sorry. I mean, yes, sometimes when I can't get back to you, of course, I'm going to try, but like I just need people who are understanding of my own growth as well, you know, and my own space. And it's not to say that, like, I hated her, you know, no, it's definitely not. I wish her the best. I still
grew
have love for
apart.
them.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And I feel like we need to start normalizing growing apart and just, you know, friends doing their own thing and then coming back together. I feel like, I don't know, you don't have to be enemies. You don't have to be bestie to be in each other's life either, you know? You could just be low maintenance friends. I feel like we're low maintenance friends.
Truly are, yeah. Even though
And you can still be the best of friends too.
Yeah.
You know? And
low maintenance friends, but we still see each other a lot.
yeah.
I mean, I see you every day. So.
Well, we live together. I can't get away from that.
Exactly.
But Kaitlyn, you were about to say something earlier.
Yes.
Going into like failed relationships and friendships, that definitely plays into like imposter syndrome and my value and my worth and me questioning if I'd even deserve friends.
Yeah.
And if I am a good friend anyways. Because then that would like stop me from doing things that
Yeah.
I wish I could do, you know, like things even for you guys and past friends. And I agreed what you said earlier, how these people that come into our lives, they're meant to learn, like help us learn a lesson for the group that we do find in the end. And going into like our old friendships and stuff, and I feel like I was always that friend that kind of brought issues to light in some way, like when it started to get unhealthy or like
confrontational.
Yeah, I was confrontational, and then I knew that not a lot of people liked that.
Yeah.
And so,
But some people don't know how to address things either.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think that like if it's like yes, like the confrontation or the issue, you know, like it kind of involves you, but at the same time, like you didn't do anything.
yeah,
That's
or
the
it's
thing.
like, hey, let's talk about this, and they're like, no, I don't want to talk about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like my family. Just kidding.
Continue.
But yeah, I do resonate with what you're saying. No.
Continue.
No, I didn't read like that. Okay.
I know I resonated with what you were saying because you were trying to like approach it in a healthy way and discuss it, but it doesn't get reciprocated back.
Yep, it does not.
And then
in a healthy way either.
yeah, and when you have all these fallouts with relationships, it ties into your worth and like if you even think you deserve anything.
No, people don't deserve me.
No, but I think that's why it makes me like sulk so much into myself, because it makes me feel like I could have done better, or like yes, like it may not have involved
Kim
me.
said no, not me.
Like it may
for
not have
sure me.
involved me, or like even if it did, it's like what can I do to fix it? Like this is our friends, this is our group. What happened?
That's
like
inevitable, though.
yeah, like let me be the mama bear and let me fix it so that we could all just get along again, you know.
Yeah.
But like you said, like it's inevitable, so it's not gonna happen like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you guys all ever feel like reconciling with like your
I do.
past friends?
I do.
100%.
And do you guys
100%.
feel like if you guys ever do, would you guys be better friends now?
No, I wouldn't. Like, I would it's so that, okay, how do I say this? It's so that them and I are able to figure out why it went wrong, understand each other's perspective.
Closure.
Yeah, and find that closure and then move on. Because I swear I was such a great friend to you, and I want to say sorry for any parts of me that was not a great friend.
Right.
What I did wrong, I apologize.
Right.
And I feel like if I confront that about me, they know that what I did was wrong. And I want them to know that I saw what I did was wrong
Right.
now. But that doesn't mean I want us to be best friends again.
Right.
It just means I want you to know I've become a better person, and I still cheer for you from afar. And even if you don't want me to cheer for you, I'll still do it anyways, because genuinely within my heart, I still want the best for you within whatever it may be, your business, your career, your education, your life as, now being a mother, a wife, whatever it may be, in your future endeavors. I truly do wish you the best. I don't want anything bad to go for you, because then I would feel for you, because you don't deserve that. Even though we did not become, eternal friends, you don't deserve that. As a human being.
I mean, like, even though, like, us ourselves, like, we want to reconcile, and, like, I mean, I don't see me and this person, like, yes, like, I see that I wish that we could reconcile, and just, like, put our differences aside, work things out, and make amends. But it's not to where I'm going to see us being best friends again, and being able to hang out and talk all the time, But it's also to where, like, it's also a two-way street. Like, as much as I want to reconcile with you because I have grown myself as a person, I've matured, and I am who I am now because of that, like, sometimes it's also that other person who does not want to reconcile, you know? So it's more of like,
that matters.
As much as they have that bitterness towards you and they don't want to reconcile, that's okay, because at the end of the day, I know that in my heart, I'm not bitter towards you. I'm not cheering for your downfall.
Are you?
like I honestly think that I'm not cheering for myself. Like, I'm not cheering for your downfall. I genuinely, with all my heart, like, I still have love for you, and I'm not gonna stop that because we no longer are friends, you know, and we didn't make amends, and be on a leave our friendship on a good note, I will always have that love for you. I will always root for you and cheer for you. It doesn't matter where you are in life or where I am in life. I will never cheer for your downfall, but I will always cheer for your accomplishments, for your success.
I agree. I feel like for me, it's about that reconciling and trying to let them know that you just genuinely wish them well. And honestly, though, I feel like a part of me wants that reconciliation because I want to prove to them that, like, I'm a better person now. Like, I'm genuinely sorry for how I'm genuinely sorry for how I made you feel. If I ever made you feel bad or anything, or I contributed to something that spiraled into something negative for you, I'm genuinely sorry. And I think that's why we kind of do want to reconcile with people to let you know that I learned from that.
You're a better person than me.
We're better now.
But I mean, there's
But we don't gotta be
friends. There's also that like pettiness behind us too, where it's
Don't
like,
say us.
That's fine. Okay, fine.
Talk for you. She said
There's
speak for
also
yourself.
Talk between for you and Natalyn.
All right. I would say I don't know about Natalyn, but I say for myself, like, I'm a big-hearted person. I want to be a big-hearted person. I want to be mature and all that stuff, you know, and reconcile and put our differences aside and make amends, you know. But at the end of the day, there's also a part of me that is secretly like wanting to come out and be like, well, you don't want to do it? Well, you know, like, F you too, you
That
know?
means you haven't built a bridge and got over it yet.
Exactly. And it makes me think that, like...
still building it.
Yeah, and I'm over here like, damn, like, I just knocked a couple bricks down.
It's a journey, man. Honestly, it's hard.
It is.
I'm proud of us for freaking where we are.
Know
Okay.
it. And I think that's why we became such good friends, is because we know our faults. And
Because we trauma bonded.
that too, but the fact that we're able to just let each other know where we're at, and we were quite transparent with who we are as a person. Like,
We all aligned, honestly.
Yeah.
The universe does wonders. But going back to the past friends that I brought up, sometimes I do think about certain individuals that I was actually close with, people that I actually had like a meaningful relationship with. I think about like how different we would be now if we were to reconcile and become friends again.
so you still want to have that relationship with them if you were to reconcile? It's the thought?
With some of them.
I've talked about it with like my other friends that I was friends with in high school. I've talked about it, and I was like, you know what? I feel like because we are a lot more mature now. I am a lot more mature now. I've grown a lot more, and I really am different from the person that I was in high school. You know? And the thing that sparked this interest is because I was watching Cut's Truth or Dare with your ex-best friends.
Oh.
And I was like, damn, I kind of want to do that. Because, you know, like, I'm starting my own YouTube channel, and I feel like that would be a great opportunity to...
Have all your ex-best friends at the table?
Okay, not all of them, but, like, selected ones, you know? Like, I feel like that would be
So you haven't built a bridge and gotten over it either?
No, I have not. It's halfway done. But, like, I'm talking about the past friendships that I feel like would be nice to reconcile, you know, to have like a new beginning to this friendship that ended and that was short term. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've talked about that, and I feel like I actually really do want to do it. I feel like that would be a good experience, whether it's good or bad. The end result, like whether we become friends again or not, that's not like my intention is just to reconcile and see where we both are at, you know, to see if we both align again. And if not, that's completely fine, you know?
Yeah.
So look forward to that video.
That you're going to make?
Yeah. We'll see if my ex-best friend agrees to it.
Wow. Well, all right, achievers. So, you know, a couple tips that I do have for you guys, in my opinion. You guys could take it with a grain of salt, take it all, whatever it may be. And same goes to the rest of you girls. Just acknowledge your achievements and do some self-appreciation, even through the imposter syndrome, right? Because at least you're noticing it. You notice that you have imposter syndrome for certain situations that you don't qualify, but you know that, like Kaitlyn said at the beginning of the episode, to revisit it. Revisit it, know that know your worth, and know that you're worthy of what opportunities come your way. Not just only that, but assemble your squad of positivity, right? Build your Avengers team against death.
Find someone who wants to see you succeed genuinely.
Like these girls that I have here and a few others that may be coming in the future episodes. And lastly, embrace the learning chaos.
Yep.
Honestly. Remember, nobody's got the cheat code to life. Really. Like my code, there's no cheat code, but my thing is to build a bridge and get over it, because then it won't affect me mentally. Not just only that, but it's about leveling up, right? When you level up as a grown-up or learning things, when you fail certain things, you use it as a learning lesson. Yeah. What did they say?
You get knocked down, fall
7
times, get back up 8.
Yeah, that part. And it's it's okay. And sometimes when you don't achieve what you want, it's fine, because don't seek for perfection, right? Just do your best. Just do your best. So
Hey, I'm learning.
Her
I'm
best is
learning.
perfection.
yeah.
Exactly. That's her best.
So before we wrap up, remember that imposter syndrome might knock you down, but you have the secret handshake to overcome it. Right. And you guys are all capable. You guys here at the table, you guys who are watching, those who sit and eat at my table, you guys are all deserving and absolutely belong.
And even if you don't sit at my table,
You also
Yes.
are deserving and you belong. Wow, Nat.
maybe not.
So thank you guys for rocking it out with the Achievers Club. Woohoo.
You can find me on Instagram at Natalyn Yang XO.
Perfect. Now put all their handles up on top of their heads. So Kaitlyn,
For mine, it's Kaitlyn Kalia. I have the it's inside of it, so it might sound a little weird.
no
It's
worries.
Kaitlyn Kalia.
And then we have,
And then you can follow me at Lilly Yang 207 on Instagram.
until next time, everybody keep on shining. You all matter. You deserve to sit here. You all belong.
And achieve.
Yes. This is Sunshine signing off. Bye. Before we part ways, I want to remind you to mark your calendars because we drop a brand new episode every second Saturday of the month. That's right, you can expect fresh content to spice up your mid-month routine, so keep an eye out for it. While you're waiting for the next episode, why not show us some love? Hit that like and subscribe button and leave a comment down below. Your feedback means the world to us and helps us improve with each episode. Now, if you want to give us some extra loving, feel free to click on that link in the description box. That's where you're able to submit your questions and a topic that we can discuss in our next following episodes. Thank you.